Every year, Southern Boating and Yachting puts out a survey to see what boaters like as far as manufacturers, as far as cruising destinations, itineraries, even the best boat insurance. We want to know what you think is best. And then every January, we put that into our Reader's Choice Awards. Today, we're going to cover some of the winners on a few boating categories. Next week, we'll cover a few more. And I think we'll touch on a little bit of the history if you don't know about the Reader's Choice Awards. And then we'll just jump into it.
I think what's really important to note with our Reader's Choice is this is a true Reader's Choice.
Right.
We do not use any analytics or anything that is AI powered or anything along those lines to come up with the results. These are true Reader's Choice. We send out a survey. We run it from September to Thanksgiving, and then we tally the votes at the end.
Yep.
And that's how we get truly what is a Reader's Choice. Like I said, it is not powered by analytics on our website or anything else.
Right.
Solely off of the votes.
Exactly.
And this year we had over 15,000 votes.
Right.
Which is quite a bit.
It's incredible. And if you didn't take part in this year's Reader's Choice, you can at least see in the January issue who the winners were for the over 24 categories. And you can take part in next year's Reader's Choice because we promote it on social media.
Yep.
We promote it in the magazine so that you can just scan a QR code, go straight to the survey. But with that, I'm Ian Sneed.
I'm James Anderson.
And this is the Southern Boating and Yachting Podcast. So let's cover that first.
You're forgetting one thing. What's so important?
I got you. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, and the notification bell icon.
Yay, please.
That way you get notified every time we put out a new video. Thank you. I did forget that. And in editing,
I got you.
in editing, I'd be like, Ian, what are you thinking? Why didn't you say it?
No, I got you.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
so important.
So important. All right, so let's cover motor yachts.
Right off the bat, one of our faves, Marlow Yachts.
Yes.
I think it comes with no surprise. This is a couple of years running now that they've actually won the motor yacht category. And I think it speaks to our audience. They love Marlow as well. I mean, it's of no surprise to me, really.
Yeah. And so hearing motor yachts and Marlow, you're going to know that this episode, we're going to cover, larger vessels. Next episode, we're going to cover different types of vessels. So if you're listening to this just to hear who the winners are, welcome. If you're listening to this because you're considering buying a larger vessel, you're going to hear, some of the winners in these categories.
Yeah.
And Marlow, their design, flawless,
tried and true, absolutely
beautiful,
distinctly gorgeous, distinctly
because
you know it's a Marlow when you see it. If I look at them across the water, that's a Marlow.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, the most recent one is definitely the Avalon.
Yeah.
Oh man,
gorgeous.
It's so beautiful. So the design elements within Marlow speak for themselves. Their performance is another element, is another area where they thrive. And their range, they're meant to have a lot of range.
I think it would safe for us to move on to the next one, which is, again, I was really not surprised by the results with this. And this is a category that has changed almost year after year.
Yeah, there's a couple companies that really
they bounce back and forth
for number one here. And so this one is
Aquila, Power Catamarans. Aquila has become such a force within that part of the market with the Power Cats. And I think they build an exceptional product. I can't even count how many new models they came out with this past calendar year in 2025. I think it's massive. More than 4.
Yeah, it was massive.
Which to me is very impressive.
Well, yeah.
Right? Because we had the 50, the 46, the 2 coupes.
When you think about the logistics of bringing a new boat from like an idea to a production where it's like sellable because it's seaworthy, it's going to meet all your standards, that the audience is going to love it. Like that process is not an easy process. It's not a fast process, and they can still get 4 new models out in a year or more even. I don't know exactly how many they put out in 2025. It's impressive. Yeah,
that's how many it is. I lost count.
Yeah. Right? It's really impressive. So now, Aquilas are known to be spacious. They're known, I would consider them family friendly in regards to layouts.
Yeah.
And they're very practical too. Like they think about like the smallest little details.
We saw them at the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show. And just how busy their booth was is why it came to no surprise to me. Right? They had a lot of interest in their boats. And every time that you walked by or you were in their booth, it was busy.
One thing it's paying a compliment to them. I can't say this about their competitors just because I've recently spent a lot more time with Aquila capturing video and talking to different people. And I realize in those conversations that when I look at regular business practices, a lot of people, they're doing their thing, but then they look over at their competitor and they're like, oh, that's a good idea. I should do this too. I don't think Aquila does that.
I think they march to the beat of their own drum.
They really do. They're just like, here's what we want to do.
They have a vision and they're executing.
Here's what our owners are telling us. Let's implement that. Yeah. Here's how we're going to make that even better. Right. And that's just what they're doing. They're just focused on doing the best that they can on every level. And so I wanted to pay that compliment to them.
No, it's quite impressive. I've been impressed by them all year long. I think, too, going into 2026, they're just going to continue to impress and continue to build unbelievable boats.
Yeah.
And just really be a force to be reckoned with within the power catamaran market.
And just for clarity, if you've made it to this part of the video, thank you. Remember to subscribe. But none of this is sponsored. None of this is paid for. None of these videos. Like, if the video doesn't say it's sponsored, it's not sponsored. This is our honest opinions.
Correct. Well, this is our readers'
opinions. Actually, yeah, and this happens to be our readers' opinions. So, all right, let's move on to trawlers. This will be the last category for this video. Next week, just so you know, we're going to cover 4 categories, including picnic boats, express cruisers, outboard power catamarans, and center consoles. But right now, let's cover trawlers.
So trawlers was Grand Banks. None other than the great Grand Banks, right? Unbelievable boat. To me, it is just, when you take a look at it and you see the craftsmanship, it's outstanding. And I think that's what gets recognized the most. I
was going to say, you said a word that every time I think of Grand Banks, that's the word that kind of I tie with it, craftsmanship.
Craftsmanship.
It's elite level craftsmanship across the board. When you think about that, to be able to maintain that across models, across years, across, history, it's really impressive. It's a dedication to
and Grand Banks has been at this a long time. They build a phenomenal product. Their team with Mark Richards, outstanding. They're really focused on quality, and it shows.
I know Grand Banks also has extremely livable interiors and that long range cruise appeal.
Yeah, they focus on power and efficiency as well.
Yeah.
That V-warp hull that they have, they've put a lot of work on that to make sure that it's efficient. Again, another great company, great boats.
Yeah.
Very distinct design.
Oh, yeah, very true. A Grand Banks is a Grand Banks, just like a Palm Beach is a Palm Beach. Like, you can recognize them.
Right. And you recognize a Riviera now. You know the design cues and stuff like that, right? So it's just, they're one of those companies. And I think I love that. When you can tell a boat that is what it is from a distance, because they're carrying throughout their lineage certain design cues. And it's interesting to see how they implement them over several years, right? Because the rest of the boat can be changing, but those certain design cues that they have are staying.
Yeah.
Right. And I always enjoy that because it's like, okay, that's modern, but it still has that elegant, classic look that they've been known for a long time. Right. And that's what's really cool about it. And there's only a couple of brands to me that really do that through and through.
I completely agree with that.
So that's it for this episode. We've covered the 3. Next week, we'll cover 4 more. Until next time, I'm James Anderson.
I'm Ian Sneed.
See you next week.